It's hard to argue against the need for more financial literacy, but commentator Ira Rheingold says you'd best consider the source when you hear that education is a cure-all for our economic woes.
As a longtime consumer advocate, I place my hand over my wallet when someone from the banking industry suggests better financial education will help solve most of the problems in our consumer financial services marketplace. It's not that we don't need financial education in our schools or that both children and adults need to learn about debt and credit. It's simply that after years of working in consumer protection, financial education can never replace tough, fair regulations that reward banks for serving consumers, not exploiting them. Over the last 2 decades, we have all seen a fundamental shift in the way consumer banks make most of their money. Long gone are the days of George Bailey's Building and Loan, where your corner bank thrived when you successfully placed your hard-earned savings in its care, or when you made your monthly mortgage payment on time. In those days, when you missed that payment, your community bank was likely to contact and work with you before your financial troubles grew. Today, we have a banking industry that thrives on consumer failure. Its bottom line depends on persuading us to borrow more than we know we can afford, to write checks and use debit cards when we know or don't know we have insufficient funds in our accounts. Overdraft fees, bounce protection, payday, title and refund anticipation loans, late fees, over-limit fees, balance transfer fees, yield spread premiums, credit life insurance. These are all designed by banks so they can profit when we don't use our money wisely. Financial education and financial literacy programs are great, but we're kidding ourselves if we think they'll have any real effect on our ability to save or to use credit properly. That won't really happen until we create rules and regulations that stop banks from tricking and trapping us into products we don't need and we can't afford.
Ira Rheingold is Executive Director of the National Association of Consumer Advocates. We want your thoughts. Post them on our Facebook page or go to marketplace.org/.